Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to the stream, ladies and gents. We're live with the Tanso Racing Group people. Hi, Mum. Whoever Bailey Wood's mum is, he says hello. Right, I'm just going to get this. It's the first time using Twitch properly, so let me just get some links shared out and do the usual stuff, and then we'll kick off. I think qualifying is about to start. To my page, go to the dashboard, share link, copy that. Sorry, I'm just doing this bit where I'm streaming everything out. Now live for Autopolis. Let's get Mature Racing Club into it as well. Just realise you're watching nobody. Alright then. Evening Damo, how you doing? Evening Carrington, good luck tonight mate. I know you had a bit of an unlucky start for Spa, but the good news is that's pretty much been treated as a test run. Can you hear me okay by the way? Let me just check my volume level, 1 second. Glad you can make it over Damo. Volume seems to be okay. Yeah, as normal, Sean gets some love. Just a bit of a shout out for some followers. So, got B Rated followed, says Matt has followed Orban Away, so Wiz. So, thank you very much for following. We're now up to 16. So, obviously on Twitch, you want to be making yourself up to 20 followers, I believe it is. 50 followers, I think it's the magic number. So if we can get that soon, that'll be great. Yes, mate, I've had an enjoyable Father's Day. Been to Bakewell, the Peak District, and did all that good stuff. It was nice. Hope you have too. Stream Elements is going. Check that out. I need to get that configured, that's the next job. I'm brand new to all this, so give me a bit of time. Alright then, so Autopolis plays host tonight. So this 2.9 mile long track in Japan was opened in 1990, designed by Yoshisoshi Sakole. Currently plays host to Super GT, Super Formula, hosts the Superbikes as well. Unfortunately, it's been unsuccessful so far in gaining FIA approval to host F1, with it being only Grade 2. And the location of Autopolis is sort of in the middle of nowhere, so it's pretty hard to get logistically everything sorted for a proper F1 race. In terms of qualifying, I believe we've got 10 minutes. Guido Army in the chat, how you doing mate? I am doing very well, thank you very much. I'm doing very well. Yeah, so we've got a very quick 10-minute qualifying session underway, I believe it is. I should just be able to check that for you though, 1 sec. Display that. Oh, 15 minutes qualifying time. I am Dark Smoker, how you doing mate? Yeah, I've jumped to Twitch mate, I think it's just a bit more friendly for streamers. But everything you see in before you will be hosted up to YouTube after the race. I can't do both at the same time, I'm afraid, but I can do one of each. Right, so outlaps have been completed. We're going to see the first people out on track. Sean F's still in the pits. Carrington's pitted to change his tyres. So the way this works, the drivers all will have had to leave qualifying with the tyres they want to start the race on. So a lot of guys will fuel burn on their outlap. Some guys still going around now, and then we'll come in and get some sticky rubber on to set qualifying laps on. It's a very high beg track. There's quite a lot of heavy loading corners in there. A couple of fast speed lefts and rights, and camber plays a role in it. So the car is constantly fighting against gravity, and that fight is waged war on the tyres, so they don't really last a long time in the game. As you see Cutler take to the off-ramp. Sean F's still in the pits. One sec. Sorry, the door has a nasty habit of knowing when I'm streaming and coming in. Yes, we've got Cutler in the room, we've got Obi-Wan Kenobi. I think his lap was not ruined by Cutler, but he was certainly held back. We've got Cool Rides in here as well. We've got Britzberger, we've got Rick to continue, we've got Pilgrim Paddy, we've got Scrabs. We have the Don Dotter. He smashed it at Spa last week, so we're expecting really good things from the Don Dotter. Ghost Realm Gaming is here as well, so Mr. Baileywood. We've got Carrington in the lobby as well, and Red Devil rounds off our pack. So let's see what the first laps are. Sean F hasn't gotten to set a lap yet. Cutler sets 149.8, Cool Rides 148.0, Britzberger sets us a 150, Pilgrim Paddy a 150.2, Obi-Wan Kenobi a 2-minute flat, so yeah, he was held back. Let's see what Don Dotter can do. He's at Seago's fastest of all, he's on a 147.8. Ghost One Gaming 148.4 for him so far, so we know he can do better than that. Let's see what Carrington can do. He's just started his outlap now after having he was one of the guys that came in to change the tyres, so we'll see what he's got. He's a very capable bloke, he's Carrington, so I do expect to see a decent time from him. Get Don Dot with a minute. Oh, we've got the lobby lag kicking in. Anyone that tuned in last week will know the race was cursed with lag, so this is a 40-minute race and with just 1 minute to go. The lobby just went. Done at a 147.8. It's a decent time, but I know he's going to be able to do quicker, so I was running similar times to the Don Dotter on low fuel, so if he's doing that on high fuel, then we're in for a good thing. But there's a lot of lobby lag tonight. Don Dotter seems to be the only one that's really showing it, so we'll see how that goes. Mr. Smoker though, look at the back of Britzberger's car, he's representing with the big smashed up Dark Smoke logo on the back of that car. Sean F rather worryingly's not set a lap time yet, so I don't know what's happening with Sean. He's not even out of the pits, so I'm not really sure what's going on with Sean. Quick look at live timing. No purple sectors yet. Don's quick with his potato internet works well. I think it's having problems tonight, mate. I won't lie. He does go. He shaves 2.5 times of his time, so 147.6. So he's probably going to have to think about coming into the pits soon, getting a new fresh set of boots on there. So if I were in the Don Dotter shoes, I would fuel burn this lap, and then I'd come in and get some new boots on that car. Probably be the best way to do it, but he has got purple sector 1. Meanwhile, we see Cool Rides is now taking up the spot on the podium on the starting grid next to him with a 148.0. Ghost One Gaming, a good performance from him so far. He's just stuck a 148.2 in, so he's took 2 tenths of his time as well. So the lighter these cars get, obviously once they start burning fuel off, the quicker they will be. They do need to think about doing a bit of a cheeky pit stop during qualifying and getting those tyres changed Good qualifying performance so far from Britsborough, 1:48.2 from him so far. Although you're now starting to see the effects of tyre wear in qualifying. These tyres are now past their best. Carrington, I think, just looks like he's trying to stay out of the way here. Sean F now finally out of the pits. And he can go about setting a time. So we'll see how Carrington does, if he does manage to improve. A 1:49.0 for him so far, so 1.4 seconds off the Don Dotter's current pace. The Don Dotter's now getting some traffic though, that may help him, but it may... I think his tyres are just past the best, to be fair. I wouldn't be surprised to see some of these guys in the pits. I think we need to crowdfund the Don Dotter some better into that, not gonna lie. Yeah. So the Don Dotter does indeed pit. Rather dramatically. So outlaps for some of these guys, so a lot of these pit stops are happening for people now to change their tyres. Obi-Wan Kenobi's just having a little bit of an off moment. I do love that livery though, Kenobi. It's a nice looking car. He's out there now. He's out. I don't know who's random as are that keep going in. So Sean's one of the guys that he's going to be starting the race on mediums. Probably a sensible choice, to be brutally honest, given the tyre wear on Autopolis. That's going to be a major factor in the race. So now he's got a nice chunk of clear air in front and no one coming up behind him. So Sean can now get a nice outlet, get the tyres up to temperature, get some fuel burnt out of the car, and go about setting a lap time. Current lap time to beat is a 1:47.6 from the Don Dotter, who's just on an outlap, hoping to improve that. Cool Rides are also on an outlap, so we may see improved times from some of these guys. Ghost on Gaming is on an outlap as well, having just come in to change to some super sticky rubber. Yeah, but I mean, there's an argument to be had at Autopolis whether you want to be in dirty air or not. I would rather be out on my own, especially at a track like this. You've got a lot of potential, especially in sector 2 for dirty air, just to mess your entire lap up. So it's certainly not what you want. Carrington then coming towards the end of his outlet. Let's have a little check of the timing screen and see if anyone's posting blistering times. Carrington is personal best so far the entire lap. His best so far is a 1:49.0. So 1.4 seconds off the pole time at the minute. Of course, now he's managed to burn a load of fuel away, and he will be able now to set a good time. Let's see what this is. It's a 1:49.0 to beat. He's going to settle, so it's going to be slower. He lost a ton of time in sector 3, absolutely loads of it. So unfortunately he doesn't improve 7th at the minute for Carrington. The Don Dotter now stopped on the pit lane, not sure what's happening with the Don Dotter. Sean F I saw there just coming round to start his lap. So Sean F now on his fast lap. Let's stick with Sean and see what he can do. Cool Rides on his fast lap as well. Let's have another little check of the timing screen. Cool Rides actually is the man to keep an eye on. He's purple, sector 1, sector 2. What I mean by purple, fastest man on track all session. So in sector 1 and 2, he's been the quickest. He's got to overhaul a 4.5 tenth disadvantage to the Don Dotter to do anything about displacing him from the top. Not a very long run down to T1 here, so pole is definitely an advantage. It's not like some tracks where it's better to be in P2 and get the slipstream. You really do want that P1 spot here. Nice tidy line through the final section then. Widen all the curve on the exit. He's got a 1:47.6 to beat. He sets a 1:47 flat, so smashes the Don Dotter's time out of the water. The Don Dotter unfortunately has disconnected, so the Don Dotter won't be taking any further part in this session, I'm afraid, unless he does manage to get his internet sorted in the next few minutes. So that's Cool right now on pole. Ghost Realm Gaming, unfortunately not able to improve on his time, but currently P2 on the grid for him with a 1:48.2. let's check in with Sean F. Let's see how Sean F's getting on. Sean F just come through the final sector now. And unfortunately he's not going to set any blistering times like that. He just gets in the way of Pilgrim Paddy in. Oh no, that's an incident we don't want to watch. Sean F will, if he just gets rid of his penalty and engine damage, I do fear he should have probably just waited there for that, to be fair. That's a big blow to Sean's qualifying hopes, that, because he's not going to be going at full pelt down the start finish straight. If I were Sean F, I would just fuel burn this lap. You've got 2.5 minutes to get round, so fuel burn a little bit, mate. Take care of your tyres, don't put too much load in your tyres. Blast it down the straights, but take it really steady in the corners. And then get yourself around in time to set one final blistering lap. That is what I would do if I were in your shoes. Quick check of the timing screen then, let's see what's going on. Nothing spectacular. No one is setting the timing boards alight at this minute in time. But Spurger's off track on his outlap, whether he's just getting out of the way of people, I don't know. Big pack of cards here. Cars, Scrabs, Cutler and Kennedy. All quite close together. There's not a lot in it in qualifying for a lot of these guys. A couple of attempts at most between all the cars. Cutler's got a full tank of fuel though. I don't know why he filled his car up when he went qualifying. Not too sure. So that he's going to slow down. He's going to be carrying more weight. Also on Cayman, just pulling off to the side. He's probably happy with his time so far. Cool rides on and out lap, so he'll hope to get round in time. I don't think he will though. Let's check in on Sean F. So Sean is going to make it round to the start finish straight in time to set his lap, so we'll probably keep an eye on Sean on his last lap, because everyone else should have about done by that point. Pilgrim Paddy just ahead of Sean. His best so far is a 150.2. Looking at his times, I'm not sure if he's on an up lap. What's that, 48.9, 50. No, he doesn't improve, but a 150.2 again. So good consistency from Pilgrim Paddy. Wits continues on an out lap. Again, he's not going to get round in time. Qualifying is going to end by the time he gets round there. Red Devil yet again has set a time, but he's sat in the pits. Sean F now on his fast lap. All the focus is on you, Sean. Let's just go on board with the lead driver as he takes the first double apex left-hander quite sensibly. Pilgrim Paddy ahead. Caymans do have an awful lot of understeer. It's the Autopolis to chant. It's the Autopolis to chant. Not that I can see. Go into new room. You can't just leave the room, mate. The lobbies at the minute are just knackered. So Obi-Wan Kenobi smashing out a blistering qualifying time right at the end with a 147.7. It's a good lap from him. Let's see what Sean brings to the table. He's plumb last at the minute. Let's see what he can bring to the party. Sean F, last lap of qualifying, last chance saloon. Does improve himself one spot up there with a 152.0 for Sean F. The current pole time, Cool Rides 147.0 for him. Good qualifying. Right, I'll just wait for the timer to appear. So I'm keeping an eye on my phone at the same point. It's a good thing about Twitch, I can have this going on my laptop. Your host, right, what's going on? Can someone like communicate this, because I am certainly not aware of any changes in route. So we've got 10 viewers watching this. Come and say hello if you are watching. I don't know if you're a racer or not, but even if you are racing, your qualifying's done, come and say hello. So that's qualifying over then. Unfortunately, that's just confirmation of the Don Dotter's retirement from the session. This is where we'll find out though if a new room will happen. The process with GT Sport, the race has to start and then then they can call it. So there's a bit of a screenshot there of where the drivers line up. We'll treat this as if it is happening in this lobby until we hear otherwise from the race director though. A couple of cars are leaving the grid, so I am guessing indeed that this does mean that I think this means that we're going to get a new lobby. Right, so I think we're just leaving the room and then we'll wait for someone else to host. The good news is we don't have to do qualifying anymore. We can just go straight into the race. Let's see what Cutler says. Don Dotter can't get back in. But I'll be honest though, no one else's cars were messing about. It was just his. And even Smoker said that his internet's crap, so. Hello, Jano. You've created an account? Have you actually done that? Or did you already have one? Cheers, Jano, for the follow. Cheers, Smoker, for the follow. I appreciate that a lot. So yeah, I was going to get you created one. Love it. Love it. Love it. Thank you, man. Network issues. Yep, cool. Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider, isn't that Nicolas Cage film where he's a skeleton that's on fire? Am I thinking of that one? Alright, so here we are. I think we'll just wait for all the drivers to get in and then we'll just crack straight on with this. It's just a little bit of context for you and what you know what you're in for. Ignore my McLaren F1. You are in for a 40-minute race. Within this 40-minute race there are quite severe sort of tyre wear. So you have what we call tyre wear multipliers in GT Sport. So typically if you strap a set of tyres onto a race car, you sort of know how long they'll last, etc, etc. You can multiply that effect in GT Sport, same with fuel as well. So for every lap the drivers do, the tyre wears will do a little bit more. So let's just give you a quick look at that while we're waiting for people to start. So the tyre wear in this one is times 6. So for every lap the drivers do, the tyres will have done 6 times that. Fuel depletion's on times 4. So for every lap the drivers do, it will drink 4 laps worth of fuel. We've got some light mechanical damage on. That means the damage repairs itself after a set amount of time driving. And the cars, of course, are the Porsche Cayman Cups. These are limited to 451 horsepower with a weight of 1,196 kilos. Drivers could use any tyre from the very durable but not very sticky Racing Hard to the not very durable but very sticky Racing Super Soft tyre. The drivers are limited in terms of the setup. They can only use the standard Porsche setup that comes with the game. And we have some penalties on as well. So just waiting for people to ready on up. I think we're just waiting for one more. Potentially the Don Dotter. Oh no, the Don Dotter's in. I think the thing with that is though, the Don Dotter will have been essentially P2 because Cool Ride still beat his time. Scotland's Chris, evening. See, a lot of you guys I do talk to on YouTube or etc etc, so you'll have to let me know what your YouTube or PSN name is so I know who you all are. I would appreciate that a lot, thank you. Bellissimo. Let's give you some cars to look at, shall we? So what we're waiting for at the minute is for everyone to get themselves in the lobby and readied up. Dundot's kind of still glitching a little bit. Hopefully, I can only hope that it's alright in the race. I've suffered with that problem a little bit myself. It's got to be frustrating for the Dundot because for me he's one of the quickest lads I know. And half the time you can't finish the damn race. A good performance in qualifying from Obi-Wan Kenobi. It'll be interesting to see what he can do in the race. Of course, strategy plays a huge part in these races. So all in good qualifying P1, but if your strategy's cut, you won't be going anywhere. Autopolis, very high deg track. What I mean by high deg is the tyre wear is quite severe. The drop-off will be quite a lot. So expect to see 2 or even 3 stop strategies being the name of the game. Not many people are going to be able to make a 1-stop work unless you take on a really durable set of tyres and make your fuel last. It is possible, but it's probably not the quickest way to go. I was in the Infinite GT Series League 3, but I had to pull out due to work commitments. Oh, right, fair enough, mate, fair enough. Yeah, we're on to the last week of that. And the Dundot was left of him. His internet's not playing ball tonight. Yeah, Chris, so just so you know, and indeed everyone else that's in the lobby, the Infinity GT videos that I normally do in a very timely fashion are severely delayed. I think my theory now is I'll wait till this competition is done and then I'll do them all in a blitz and I'll just release them over the couple of days, basically. I just want to smash them all out. So of course there'll be the League 1 commentaries. No massive spoiler alerts in that one. I've not had the best season in it, so don't expect any brilliance from me. I've just turned it into having a bit of a laugh now. There's a good bunch of guys in there though. It's a good competition. Hosted by SimFX Racing, sponsored by Infinity Decals. Go and check that out when that's released. In terms of this one, just to give a bit of a shout out to the sponsors of this event as well. As you can see on the side of the cars, there are little green stickers. That's the logo for Trophy Monster, so they supply all the prizes that the drivers can win in this one. And of course, the secondary sponsor of this is Motorsport Track Art. So if you've ever seen, you will have seen them if you've ever been on Facebook. They are like track layouts that you can get pinned to the wall. I'm going to have a look and probably get one myself actually because they're really smart. Yeah, they're really smart things. I'm the next gen GR3 Pro-Am, sponsored by Team Oliver. Ah, yeah, I filled in that one last week, the Suzuka race. Although I literally did no practice, and I mean nothing at all. So yeah, no practice at all. So I was, it didn't go well. It was terrible, mate, but I had fun. Alright then, so away we go. Cue dramatic GT Sport opening music and confirmation of his starting grid. On screen now, Cool Rides does take the P1 spot with Obi-Wan Kenobi. Joining him on the front of the grid, the Dundota starts in third with Ghost Realm Gaming, so a P1 onslaught from the second row of the grid is entirely possible here, ladies and gents. I had a shocker first corner. I just had a shocker as soon as I put the R tyres on, mate, I won't lie. Oh, the Dundota hasn't got away at all, or has he? No, a massive lag spike, and that meant Britsburg had to take a void in action there. As we see everyone get through. Rick to continue, look to have made a little bit of a move down the inside. We've got Britsburger off the track with replay marked that, so we will be able to go back and have a look at that in just a second's time. Cool Rides and the Dundota then lead us away. Ghost Realm Gaming's lost a spot from the start. The Dundota indeed has gained one of two. Oh wait, no, yeah, he's saying his car was just smashing into walls and all sorts. So Ghost Realm Gaming hoping to represent the Con squad. In fourth at the minute, starting to put starting to put some pressure on Cutler. I think the Dondota's internet has just finally given up for good. Sean F's lost a spot off the start, he's down in 11th, but again he might be one of the drivers taking a really conservative approach. So a few drivers on the really sticky super soft tyre hoping to get away from the start. message on my laptop about the stream then. So in terms of where we're going, we've got a little bit of a battle for 5th going on between Cutler, Carrington and Pilgrim Paddy. Red Devils had a good start, he's up to 8th, Britsberger down to 9th after that T1 incident. Sean F looking for a move up the inside. Is he able to get that done on Scrabs? He looks to be pulling alongside, but this left hand is just going to cut his nose off a little bit. Cool rides then. 3-second gap at the top for him so far. He is on the super sticky, super tough tyre, so I do expect him to be making a run for it. Oberon Kennedy joins him on that tyre compound and is equally trying to escape from Ghost Realm Gaming, who takes the slightly tougher soft tyre into this race. Rick to continue, also on the soft in 4th position at the minute. Big gap behind him between Cutler and Carrington. At least he's going side by side. Cutler's going to have the inside line for the next 2, but if Carrington can keep his car there, you've got a hairpin right-hander. Cutler just cuts his nose off. Carrington just about gets the nose in there. Good racing between these two, nice and respectful. To go side by side into the long left-hander. It's possible to run side by side though, as long as respect is given, and indeed it is. Carrington unfortunately does just lose his car, and he's just going to be back now, potentially down the back of the grid if Sean F catches up to him, which he does. Right, let's go and have a quick look at this T1 incident from earlier on. So it was Britsberger who had to take avoiding action from the Dom Dotter's car. So we'll just jump on board with him. In fact, we'll go on board with Cutler because I think he got a good... Oh no, Rick to continue. Yeah, Rick to continue, just gave him a little bit of a nudge. Can happen in T1 incidents very, very easily. Rick to continue, currently running in 4th, but coming under pressure from NGR Cutler. Represent Next Gen Green Army, represent. A couple of Next Gen drivers in here. You've got Cutler who's doing quite well at the minute. Pilgrim Paddy's also been in a couple of those things as well. Let's have a look. See, Obi-Wan Kenobi sets the fastest lap of the race, 47.7. 47.9 was Cool Rider's effort. So these two making an escape at the top. Obi-Wan Kenobi's really pulled a gap to Ghost Realm Gaming now. He's 2.8 seconds behind. Ghost Realm Gaming though is pulling time to Rick to continue. So this opening stint is going to be pretty much critical. A lot of these drivers are just going to want to be able to get on with their strategy. The more fighting that happens, especially in these opening laps, will potentially disrupt their strategies. So if you're wanting to stretch a tank of fuel, it's hard to focus on fuel saving when you're battling with another car for position. Sean F up to 9th after that bit of a horror start from him. He's up 2 positions already, but he's coming under pressure from Carrington. Scrubs unfortunately takes the reins at the back of the grid. So far we have yellow flags out, so someone's had an off-ski. Who is that? Who's going slow? It was Pilgrim Paddy. Pilgrim Paddy looks to, yeah, he just dropped the back end off the at the end of that long sweeping left-hander. A little bit of rear aero damage to his car as well, but that will have worn off in a couple of corners' time. What you won't want is the extra load that's put onto those Michelin soft tyres on that car. Indeed, that damage has now gone away. The pack's still pretty close together. The top few, the top 3, really starting to make a cut away from it now. So Cool Rides, Obi-Wan Kenobi and Ghost Realm Gaming really starting to break away from the rest of the pack now. Personal best lap time from Ghost Realm Gaming takes 4 tenths off his previous personal best. Not getting his slipstream from the car ahead though. Good news for him though is Rick continuing. Cutler are fighting for position, so Rick's got to spend a decent amount of time checking his mirrors as opposed to strategizing how to get the car up ahead. Sean F up to 7th for Sean F now, so he's had a bit of a dream start to this race. Big old gap to Britsberg up ahead though for Sean. Carrington will be one of the guys that's wanting to get past ASAP Rocky. Just speed my stream up a little bit, one sec. Do that. Get me up to date. There we go. Speed on. Yeah. So we saw that Carrington go through on Sean F. So a good move by Carrington. He's now up to 7th. He's got a 5-second deficit to Britsberger to make up. Of course, but a lot of these guys can do it on strategy. Carrington's one of the guys on the medium tyre, so he can go long into this race on that tyre. So if he can save fuel in this opening stage, he's one of the guys that could potentially pull off an audacious one-stop, or probably the safer two-stop. You run about 15-16 minutes into the race and then pit. Meanwhile, Cool Rides has had a bit of a horror lap somewhere along the line, or Obi-Wan Kenobi's really reeling him in. Yeah, Cool Rides is starting to lap in the 48s, nearly 49s now, whereas Kenobi's managed to hold on to his pace a little bit better. Kenobi is really starting to reel him in. These two on the same tyres, so potentially the same strategy between these two. So this could be interesting for the lead of the race between these guys. 2 seconds between them at the minute. Ghost on Cayman looks like he's trying to take things a little bit more conservatively, really baby those tyres a little bit. He has got pretty decent tyre wear on those softs. You're guessing Cutler for a podium. He's 5th at the minute. He's got some work to do. But one thing, and that's all, is that it sends a lovely move around the outside. We're going to go back and have a look at that move in just a second from Cutler's perspective. Cutler is a brilliant at making tyres last. I don't know how he does it. I've talked to him about it before. He's really, really good at stretching out a set of tyres. So let's just jump on board with Cutler and look at this move around the outside of Rick to continue. So this is into turn 3. You pretty much coast the car into here. Rick to continue makes a little bit of a mistake then around the double left-hander. Cutler just gets that move done on the outside with a nice tidy line. Nice move by Cutler there to get himself into 4th place. Got some work to do now to catch up to Ghost on Gaming, but to be fair, that should come to him. In fairness, that will come to him because he's taking real good care of his tyres and his fuel. So Cutler so far, Greener, I think you might be onto something, mate, because he's really looking after things. Go on, Johnny, get your head in it. He's doing all right. He's not really reeled Britsberger in, but he is on an alternative strategy, so maybe he doesn't have to. Strategy, mate, always a dark horse. Yeah, honestly, Cutler's something else, mate, with strategy. Oh, we've got a car off. We've got a car off, ladies and gents. Who is that? That is Sean. Unfortunately, that is the kingpin that is Sean F. Looks to have just dropped a win out. He just overcooked it into that corner. That's not great news for Sean F. Unfortunately, it's going to put him down in 10th place now. He's trying to get a bit of heat into those tyres before it gets down to T1. Meanwhile, Cool Rides and Obi-Wan Kenobi are starting to close up now. These two now just a second apart on track. They have really pulled a gap to Ghost on Gaming, those now struggling on those soft tyres. So he's really starting to hit tyre wear issues now as Ghost on Gaming. Cutler will naturally start to reel him in. I think just as Ghost on Gaming starts to struggle with his tyres a little bit. Cutler, even on lap 6, setting personal best sectors. So he's really on a mission now. A little bit further back, Rick continuing Britsberger. Two guys from Holland. Oh, as Rick continue just drops it onto the grass. He wants to do a bit of lawn mowing. Unfortunately, that's just going to let Britsberger make an easy pass on him. It's also going to give Carrington a little bit of an advantage because Rick continues going to have dirty tyres for a little bit now. And that 4-second gap suddenly shrinks to just 3 seconds with the dirty tyres. Carrington may now smell blood as the leaders come into the pits. With just 11 minutes of the race gone, so these guys are on a multiple stop strategy now. Ghost on Gaming also pits. Cool Rides emerges back out into the lead, does he? No, him and Kenobi come side by side. Cutler, out of everything, Cutler could come through into the lead. No, Cool Rides just cuts his nose off that. Cool Rides had to do that. He had to get ahead. If Cutler could have got ahead, he would have slowed them up. pretty much on purpose, to be brutally honest. We'll go back and have a look at how all that unfolded from Cutler's perspective in just a second. Obi-Wan Kenobi needs to make this move really quickly, because Cutler's lapping in the 150s, and on fresh tyres these guys are going to want to be into the 147s, low 148s. Obi-Wan Kenobi on fresh tyres gets that move made very easily. Cutler perhaps didn't want to get involved in too much of a fight at this stage. Let's just go and have a look at how that pit exit worked. So this is Cutler coming down the main straight. The serious overspeed that Cutler would have had on them. And yeah, Cutler doesn't fight it too much. I feel like he probably could have committed a little bit to T1 if he really wanted to. I think he's just playing the smart game right at this minute. Britsberger behind him, so at the minute we've only got Cool Rides, Kenobi and Ghostron Gaming that have pitted. Carrington's up to 5th position after making a move on Rick to continue. With replay marked that, so we can go back and have a look at it. Carrington on those mediums is making some really smart race decisions at the minute. He's not had a great opener to the race. His second lap was pretty slow. He's had some traffic to fight through, but he's suddenly back up into 5th. So this was Carrington's move on Rick to continue. So Rick just gets the back end. He's done that 2 laps in a row at that same corner, and that's like 2 cars in succession past him. A little bit further back we've got a right battle going off back here. Sean F's up to 8th now. Battling away with Pilgrim Paddy. Sean F is going to come off into the pits though. So probably looking at a 2-stop for Sean right this second as his pits crew get to work on that green and matte black Porsche. Meanwhile, top of the grid we've got Cool Rides 1 second ahead from Obi-Wan Kenobi. Then 4 seconds behind them is Cutler nursing those tyres. I'd imagine he just spends all his spare time cuddling them in his motorhome. 3.3 seconds behind them we've got Britsberger, another one that hasn't pitted in, is going on the medium strategy. He's having a really good race as Britsberger so far, really well measured performance. Carrington, a great recovery race from Carrington for him. He's made some smart racing decisions I feel through this one, so a good performance from him so far. Now we just need to settle into his rhythm and play his strategy. Rick to continue will be disappointed with the opening stint of this race, but it is not over by a country mile yet. He will be looking to pit soon, looking at those tyres. Ghostron Gaming, who has pitted, he's gone onto the medium, so he will be lapping a little bit slower. Kind of in no man's land at the minute. Pilgrim Paddy, no one around him. Sean F after his pit stop, so he's going on to an aggressive strategy now. Sean has gone onto a set of racing super softs. He's gone on minimal fuel, so he wants to lap in some really quick times right now. Scrab's pitted onto a set of softs, enough fuel for a decent second stint, and a Red Devil he's aiming to go long in his middle stint as well. Britsberger then, as predicted, comes into the pits and comes out of the pits. Doesn't look to have put too much fuel in his car in fairness, so fuel not a major factor in this race. It is very much tyre limited indeed. He comes out pretty much directly battling with Ghostron Gaming, who's looking to go long now. Bailey needs to pick his battles in this one. A lot of the drivers around him on different tyres and different strategies. Rick to continue is one of them, but he's on pretty old softs as Rick to continue, so Ghostron Gaming won't want to be held behind him for too long. As we just look back, Ghostron Gaming could potentially just slide one up the inside here if he's smart about it. He's gone to the left hand side, he's got a nose in front, he'll potentially get this move made into the hairpin. Indeed, he ducks to the inside on the brakes. Nice move there by Ghostron Gaming, get himself up to 5th. Britsberger tries to take advantage of that as well. And with the... as they go side by side. The 2 guys from Holland side by side, this might not end well. Rick to continue again, goes very deep into that corner, but this time doesn't go on the grass. But Britsberger does get himself through into 6th place. And Cutler then hasn't... oh, he has pitted. He's on... no, he hasn't pitted. He's not... yeah. So Cutler at the minute, don't forget 1 times 6 tyre wear. He's on his 9th lap. going on to his 10th. So Cutler really so basically if you think about this contextually, by the end of this lap Cutler will have done 150 laps on that set of tyres. That's pretty impressive, and he's still 11 seconds off the leader. So that's a good result from Cutler. Rick to continue, finally picks. And he looks like he's getting a splash of fuel, some fresh boots on his car, and out he comes again. That's Sean F, you can see in the background behind. So now this race is starting to spread out a little bit. The only real fighting we've got on track is we've got Carrington running in 4th. He's not yet pitted, of course. We've got Ghost Run Gaming, who has pitted in 5th, and then we've got Britsberger in 6th. So Carrington could be a bit of a cork in a bottle if these two guys catch up to him in this next lap or so. To be fair, Greener, I think he's a karting bloke, isn't he? So it'll just be extremely soft and extremely smooth, smoother than Barry White on the back of a silk bedsheet riding on a unicorn dust cloud. That's him. That's how Cutler treats his tyres. He's still got half a tank of fuel though. Unless he's pitted. I don't know, he can't have pitted because none of his laps are under a 151. But I think your tip for a podium for Cutler, mate, at the minute is we've pretty much reached the halfway point of the race. Red Devil 71 leaves the room. I think he might have got disconnected as well, so we're now down to just 10 drivers. Cutler goes on to another lap. Sheesh. I don't think I did that tyre somewhat a minute ago as well. Oh god knows. My brain's fried today. It's been a long day. So Britsberger's got past Ghost Run Gaming. There is a tyre advantage there for Britsberger. He is on a softer compounded tyre, has a little bit less fuel, a lot less fuel in the car, and the Ghost Run Gaming does, so he needed to get in front of him. I think he might have failed to put enough fuel in his pit stop, but you can just see the advantage he's got through the corners at the minute. He's got a lot more pace as he just pulls a 1 second gap on Ghost Run Gaming basically in 2 corners. Really massaging the throttle of the car through the corners there as well, Britsberger, so a good performance from him so far, but question marks over his strategy at the minute. Has he had his strategy devised by the Ferrari strategy department? Time will tell. Carrington then down to 6th, but don't forget he's not pitted yet. I think Carrington's going for the audacious 1 stop, you know, and if he does that, a lot of the cars ahead of him are going to have to pit potentially multiple times ahead of him, so he's probably just rolling the dice a little bit, is Carrington, and we'll see how that works out for him, and obviously wish him all the best. Meanwhile, in the does Cutler pit challenge, he doesn't pit. He's going on to his 12th lap on those tyres. He's still in pretty decent shape. So yeah, there's effectively now 72 laps on those tyres. My 150 thing was wrong. I don't know where I pulled that figure from. Still, 72 laps. You imagine going all out on a GT car for 72 laps, especially on a high deck track. It is impressive from Cutler. I don't feel we've given these men the credit they deserve though. Cool Rides and Obi-Wan Kenobi, who are getting ready for another pit stop at the end of this lap. So they're on multiple stop strategies, but you can see the pace these guys have got. They're in the 147, 148s pretty much constantly. So their pace is really good. They have pulled a 12 and a 19 second advantage to Cutler respectively. Cutler, who hasn't pitted yet, will potentially come out. There's a big old gap, So Cutler should come out ahead of Rick to continue if he pits now. And then a lot of the guys ahead of him will have to pit multiple times again. So Cutler and Carrington at the minute are the question marks on my strategy in terms of where this is going to actually come out. I think they're potentially playing blind here. But again, we'll just have to see. Cutler's been really consistent. You can see the tyre wear though on the right hand, sorry, the lap time on the right hand side. 150s, 151s, and then into the 152. So you can see the tyre drop off coming in. He's losing now 2 seconds a lap on those tyres. And he goes for another lap. He's going for a 13th lap. He's Cutler. He's going to potentially assume the lead of the race at this point. Cool Rides does come out. Cutler just has to take avoiding action. So Cool Rides now has slapped on a fresh set of super soft tyres. Canodi's 4.4 seconds behind him. So Cool Rides potentially got more fuel saving done in his stint. But if Cool Rides doesn't get past Cutler quickly, because of course don't forget he's going to potentially be 2 seconds a lap quick. You can just see Cutler there takes a little bit of a wide line. The question mark is how much does Cutler fight this? The answer is enough. He's making him go the long way around if he needs him. Cutler can then use Cool Rides to potentially help him out a little bit down the straight. Cutler though on really worn tyres will have a fast approaching Obi-Wan Kenobi coming up behind him as well. Just going to take a little bit of a swig of water. The good news is the lobby's really behaving itself at the minute. I hope that's not commentator's curse, but at the minute it's behaving well. A little bit of a check-in on Goshan Gaming. He's 6 seconds behind the top 3. He's running a conservative middle stint, doing a good job so far, nice and consistent on his lap times, but he's potentially getting ready for another pit stop around about now. Don't know what his strategy is. Britsberger, good race from Britsberger so far. He has just pitted on his outlap, so he will take advantage of any pit stops that happen ahead of him. Carrington has now pitted onto a fresh set of mediums and a whole tank of gas. He's 37 seconds adrift of the lead pack. But you watch that come down when the pit stops start happening. Speaking of pit stops, we find Cutler and Goshan Gaming both in the pit stops now. Cutler comes out in 4th, just overtaken by Britsberger. So Cutler again goes on to the same sort of strategy that he was on before. He's got 15 minutes to run on those tyres now, so he's already took those tyres 25 minutes. And we know he can definitely make that same set of tyres last 15. He can probably be a little bit more aggressive with them as well. He was lapping in the 49s early on in the race, so probably expect that sort of pace. Britsberger on his super softs can probably lap in the 48s as well, so it might be close between these two drivers for the next few laps. But I think Britsberger's potentially going to have to pit again. Oh no, we don't have to worry about that because he's just stuck a wheel on the grass. And unfortunately that's just going to let Cutler up into 3rd. Goshan Gaming goes through as well. Britsberger, I've got to commend Britsberger though for staying off the racing line when he re-enters. It was very easy for him to have just full booted it and got on the racing line quickly, but that would have hindered Rick to continue. So credit to Britsberger for doing the sportsmanlike thing, slowing himself down a little bit. Let's just jump on board with him and see how that little incident happened. So he's on the exit of this left-hander. So don't forget your right rear tyre is fully loaded at this point. It's got all the weight of the car on it. It just sent the car into a bit of a sideways slapper spinner. So back to the front of the pack then, we've got Cool Rides 1.7 seconds ahead of Obi-Wan Kenobi. These two have been pretty much inseparable all race. A noteworthy lap from Kenobi over 1:46.9 in the race. So that's a very impressive lap from him. Currently holds the fastest lap. 18 seconds behind them is Cutler, who we know is on a very different strategy to the guys ahead. very solid third position for him so far. Ghostworm Gaming will want to change that. He's 5 seconds adrift. Looking at his fuel though, he's probably going to need to come in the pits again, unless he can really stretch that. He's got about a quarter of a tank left, so we'll have to see how he does. Then we've got the two dudes from not Deutschland, where is it? The two Dutch dudes is what I wanted to say, I got that all wrong. Britzberger and Victor continue, sorry lads, heads on my arse. These two are battling for 5th place at the minute. Let's have a check-in on Carrington. So we know Carrington is on a similar strategy to Cutler. So he is on a very conservative medium set strategy, which means all his laps are going to be relatively slow pace, but he doesn't have to go in the pits as often. In fact, he's only had to pit once so far this race. He doesn't have to pit again, so he will take advantage of everyone who pits ahead of him, whether that be by getting them in the pit stops or just being closer to them at the end of the race. We'll see how that works out for Carrington. I think he's rolled the dice on this one so far. Sean F looks to be safe on fuel and tyres going to the end of the race now. He's 27 seconds behind Carrington, so whether he'll take advantage of anyone pitting is yet to be seen, but we will see. Pilgrim Paddy in 9th for Pilgrim Paddy so far. Looks like he's just been in the pits and he's put on some fresh tyres. And then Scrabs, unfortunately for Scrabs, he's not too far off getting lapped. He's in 10th at this minute in time. Talking about being lapped, these two boys, Obi-Wan Kenobi's now getting a little bit of slipstream from Cool Rides. He's just improved his fastest lap as well, so he's just shaved sort of 700ths of a second off it. 1:46.909 for Obi-Wan Kenobi now. As he looks to chase down the leader of the race with 11 minutes left to go. The results of this one are far from decided. Cutler though currently holds a 3rd spot. He's just done his personal best lap of the race as well, a 48.8. The guys ahead are pulling a gap to him, but they're probably going to have to pit again, I think, looking at their fuel. Ghostworm Gaming potentially has to pit again, but he's having a better time of things now. He's just set his fastest lap of the race, a 49.0 for him, so on the super soft tyre. Yeah, we're at that stage of the race now where things have sort of chilled out a little bit. We'll just keep an eye on the lead pack for the time being. Ghost Rider CRT, thanks for the follow. I've only just noticed it, mate, but thank you very much for clicking the follow button. I appreciate that a lot. Cool Rides then looks to break the slipstreams of Kenobi. Does just go a little bit deep into T1. Doesn't hurt, does not to have hurt him though. I think Kenobi did pretty much exactly the same thing, but he is now going to be punching a hole in the air, and Kenobi will be wanting to use the force. As we see Ghostworm Gaming pit from 4th, he will lose a position to Britzberger, but he should get out just ahead of Carrington. So we'll nip back and have a look at that. But this, at the same point that's happening, there is this little battle going on for 1st place as well. Looks like Carrington is going to get past Ghostworm Gaming in the pits. He does indeed. As Ghostworm Gaming does emerge from the pits now, my screen is telling me. So I guess for these two guys now, it's a question of when they pit. Obi-Wan Kenobi might be sat here thinking I could probably just look at pulling the undercut. So if Cool Wise doesn't pit, he could come in, do his pit stop, and then have a bit of a blistering out lap, and just sort of hope that Cool Wise doesn't have a great in lap ahead of him. With such a short gap between them, that's a realistic tactic to get past him, because Cool Wise won't want to give this up. He's had a brilliant race. He's pretty much led it from the start. Really starting to feel the pressure of these tyres now. So yeah, if it's a question of does Cool Rides pit this lap, Obi-Wan Kenobi will be watching that Porsche very closely indeed. Yeah, Cool Rides does come into the pits, so Kenobi now. He came into the pits, 7 taps between them. So Cool Rides now needs to get a fresh set of boots on, enough fuel to go to the end of the race. now is the mother of all outlaps to keep his lead. Canody will be going flat out on low fuel. He could potentially go quite quickly. He needs a really good in-lap now, Canody, to get himself up into the lead of the race. Cutler though comes down the start-finish straight. Can see Coolwide's 3 seconds ahead of him. Coolwide's on fresh tyres. Can start to pull that gap back. Cutler though doesn't want to be under pressure from anyone else. Britzberger comes into the pits. He started fueling. Let's go on Carrington's car. Does he get past Carrington? No, he doesn't. What can Ghost on Gaming see? Ghost on Gaming coming down to start finish straight now. This is going to have to be a lunge from Ghost on Gaming. It is a lunge. It's a brilliantly executed move by Ghost on Gaming to get himself into 5th position. Let's go back and have another look at that from the POV. As you can see, Britzberger coming out of the pits late as he dare. And yeah, got that move made. Brilliant overs, potentially move of the race for me from Ghost on Gaming. That was a really solid overtake to 5th position. He's got to defend that now though for a further 7 minutes. So let's go check back in. So Canody, first place, 16 seconds is the gap between him and Coolwides now. He will have to pit at the end of this lap, but he needs his pit stop to be south of 15 seconds in order to take the lead of the race. Canody comes into the pits. Really careful pit entry. Let's see his pit creep. Let's just jump on board with Coolwides actually. So he will. I think he's had a really good outlap, Coolwides. In fact, he has. That's an absolutely blistering outlap from Coolwides. So I think he's going to reassume the lead of the race. We've just seen Canody come out of the pits though. 1.2, 0.4, 2.7. Yeah, he's. Canody should have pitted that last lap for me, but it was worth rolling the dice for sure. He now has 6 minutes or probably about 7 laps to do this in now. 6 or 7 laps maybe to make up a 2.7 gap to Carrington, not to Carrington, to Coolwides. Speaking of Carrington though, solid 4th place for him so far. Ghost on Gaming and Britzberger now still battling it out for that 5th place. Britzberger pulls out the slipstream, goes for the move into T1. Ghost on Gaming is going to look to hold it around the outside. He decides to not to fight it too much. Britzberger gets himself up into 5th place. A little bit further back we've got Rick to continue in 7th place, kind of on his own. So is Rick, so that a lot of these guys at the back of the grid kind of on their own now. There's not a lot going on for these guys. Sean F, one of them, 8th place for him so far. Pilgrim Paddy in 9th, with Scrabs in 10th at the minute. That gap between Coolwides and Obi-Wan Canody staying pretty consistent at 3 seconds. We will of course keep an eye on that as the race winds down. Cutler's pretty safe from Carrington, as Carrington is coming under pressure from Britzberger. Don't forget, Carrington's on the medium tyre, which isn't as grippy. So Carrington could be under threat in these closing laps now. He's simply not going to be able to carry the speed into the corners that Britzberger and potentially Ghost on Gaming can. As you can see there, the lateral grip just isn't there for the CRT drivers. Britzberger's just able to drive up the inside. Carrington tries to hold him on the outside. Britzberger, to his credit, looks up backed out of that one. Probably thinks about doing it down the start finish straight instead. And just get his car into the right sort of position. Ghost on Gaming though, looking for a slice of that pie as well. You can see Carrington just can't get on the power as early as the other 2 guys can. So now see them stream down the start finish straight, a 3-car battle for 4th place. Who dares wins, Rodney. Ghost on Gaming does make an overtake down into T1 as well, so Britzberger went from potentially having 4th down to 6th now. Thanks for the follow, P-Gib. Oh my days, what's happened there? Right, we've replay marked that. Let's go back and have a look at that and see what happened. And a water bottle in my gob when that were going on. That has given Britzberger a little bit of breathing space, though. He's all the way up now, 3 seconds ahead of Carrington. Goshan Gaming backed off, so whether there was contact between the two drivers, let's go back and have another quick look. In fact, let's jump on board with Goshan Gaming because I'm pretty confident something happened here. Down into T3. Yeah, he just got a little bit wrong on the brakes. It was a very tiny tap as well, but a very significant one for the outcome of the race because that's put these guys down now in 5th and 6th respectively. Credit to Goshan Gaming though, he could have driven off and took 5th position in the race, but he instead opted to back off, completely give up 4th position and let Carrington resume ahead of him. So that's a sportsman thing to do, and that's what we like to see. Further ahead then, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Cutler and Coolwides. So Coolwides is starting to lose time now to Obi-Wan Kenobi. They have lap scrubs. So there's 1.5 seconds between 1st and 2nd, 7 seconds between 2nd and 3rd. I think Cutler's pretty much out of those top 2 spots. But he won't care. He genuinely won't give a crap. Yeah, sportsmanship's what we need to see, mate, in fairness. Let's go from Gaming pits. So that's given Carrington a little bit of breathing space now. He's got a good gap behind him. He can just play out the remaining laps of this race. I think most drivers will get round to start a 22nd lap. As these two find themselves fighting, Goshan Gaming and Rick to continue. Goshan's just been into the pits. A little bit of contact between those guys there as well, but no damage done between the two. And Goshan with the fresher tyres will be able to hold 6th place. Carrington's under no pressure from behind in 5th, and Britsberger's too far ahead now. Cutler is indeed losing time to the guys in 1st and 2nd, and it all comes down to one final lap. Can Obi-Wan Kenobi use the force and get himself into 1st place? 0.8 seconds is the gap between them. Just one more lap for Coolwides to endure, and he will have made it. No other significant battles going on track. We can exclusively keep an eye on this for the remainder of the race. As Kenobi chases down Coolwides. It's very easy to make a mistake at Autopolis, especially if you're spending too much time looking in your mirrors. That's certainly what Coolwides will be doing right now. We'll be checking his mirrors, checking the delta times. That delta is down to 3 tenths now. I feel it might increase though. Obi-Wan Kenobi's just made a little bit of a mistake going through there, probably overcooked it just a little bit. Will they go for an audacious move down into the hairpin? I don't think he's that sort of driver. Nice and measured. Oh, but Coolwides has made a mistake. He's gone too deep. So they're going to be side by side now, coming down towards the end of the lap. Obi-Wan Kenobi wasn't able to send one up the inside. Does he go for it here? He does. Just slides one up the inside. He's up to 1st place now. Coolwides, does he fight back? Yes, he does. Obi-Wan Kenobi, I think, let him through. That again is the sportsmanship these guys are showing. Obi-Wan Kenobi knew there was a little bit of contact when he made that pass. Didn't like making that move that way, so gave the position back to Coolwides. Just one more corner for Coolwides to endure then. As he rounds the final corner, Obi-Wan Kenobi gets that move made on the inside. Brilliant move from Obi-Wan Kenobi right at the death. And he takes the win right at the end. We'll go back and have another quick look at that. On board of Obi-Wan Kenobi. So I think he just took more speed into the final corner. Yes, he did. Coolwides just took it a little bit wide. He gets it the wide line. The gap opens up on the inside. Obi-Wan Kenobi says, "Thank you very much. I will take that." The gap was there. He made the apex, and he took that move right at the last gasp. Meanwhile, Cutler has finished in 3rd place. A fantastic race for Cutler and Greener Army, mate. You called that right at the start. Britsberger on a thimble full of fuel will come through to finish in 4th. He's had an action-packed race as Britsberger, but we're happy that it is done. Carrington rolled the dice with his strategy. A one-stop, one of only 2 drivers to do that in this race. Very audacious, took a lot of management through the race, but he did it. 5th place for Carrington. Ghost Run Gaming, probably disappointed with 6 in the end, but Mike gets it home. Rick continues, going to come home in 7th place. He's had a very busy afternoon. Sean F's going to bring it home in 8th, with Scrabs in 9th, and Pilgrim Paddy is going to roll home in 10th for the time being. But all credit goes to Obi-Wan Kenobi. A fantastic race from him in the end, and just by 0.4 of a second takes the win. You know what, when that started, I didn't think it was going to be a corker, but it was a corker. A great race, some really interesting strategy played out between the guys there. What are your thoughts if you're watching? Let me know in the comments. Save the replay for the thumbnail that we need to do for YouTube. Well done, Johnny, good race. Yeah, indeed, great racing, great comms. Oh, thanks, Greenup. Thank you, mate. It was good racing between the guys. But yeah, but oh, what an occasion. It is unfortunate though again that the Don Dot are disconnected. I think Red Devil disconnected during that one as well. Hopefully their fortunes can improve for future races, because we know the potential that the Don Dotter has. Ghost Rider CRT, great racing, well done Sean and Johnny. They did you proud, mate. They did you proud. It was pretty evident that it's not Sean's favourite track. I jumped on board with him for a little bit, and he wasn't getting along with the track, but he stuck with it, you know what I mean? That's all you can ask. As for Carrington, I had a little bit of misfortune at the start of the race. Rolled the dice with the strategy correctly, I think that potentially not the fastest way to do it. For me, fastest would probably be a 2-stop on softs if you can make it work. But they, Carrington and Cutler, rolled the dice with the strategy and did a brilliant job of it as well. Was that okay at the end? Cool ride. Kennedy, from my perspective, mate, it was a good move. The gap was there. Yes, there was a little bit of contact, but it, you know, that's all that needs to be done. So we've been booted out of the lobby. Alright, so that's it for what is essentially round 1 of the Tanso Cayman Cup. Spa from last week is going to be moved to the end of the season. So we're extending, it's a 4-race event this. So Spa's going to be the final now, rather than the opener. If I can find the details for you, I will tell you exactly what to expect. So we've got coming up next week on Sunday, we've got the Nürburgring, the GP version, so the more familiar one to most people. Week after that we go to Dragon Trail Seaside. A week after that we go to Spa. So a lot of good action to be had. I think Dragon Trail Seaside is going to be an interesting one. It's the shortest track of them all. Lots of room to lots of overtaking opportunities at Dragon Trail, and of course the chicane of death to contend with as well. Okay, so I think that's it from me, ladies and gents. Thank you very much for tuning into this one. If you're on Twitch or YouTube, give us a follow, and if you want to leave a comment below on YouTube, please feel free to do just that. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye bye.